Hello everybody and welcome, this is Shield Maiden DK and we are today going to take a look at Slime Store Simulator. Slime Store Simulator is a small casual game where you can operate a store that sells cute slimes. All a variety of different types of slimes, set your own prices, take payments, hire help and expand the store. It is developed and published by Vambo Vumbology Games, and it is set to be out the 23rd of July. So let's head into it. Let's get the game. Let's try it out. There we go. Let's take a look. We're just gonna start game number 1. We haven't tried it out before, so let's look into it. Restock product gloop. Okay. Okay. Kinda loud sounds. So let's head in here. There we go. We were just gonna restock gloop and nothing else right now, but let's just take this one. Oh my, this is a slow one to scroll on. And this one as well. So let's check out these. And return out of it. Okay, have to get used to controls here. Gloop is going to be the one down there. Good, so Q to open, F to place. Okay. Okay, so there's only 4 spaces on one shelf. That's gonna be fun. How do we collect reward? M. Okay. Okay. Well, we only have 4 on each, so that's gonna be, well, fun. See. We're gonna see, because right now it didn't give me that we have this one in store. Okay. Market price is 15. Oh, it's a slight bar. So let's go to 15.50. $18.75, I guess. I don't like these slight bars, but well. And 17, we set it to 17.25 then. And I know it says we should order that one, but let's just open up. We can always proceed. We know more or less what to do, so we are not gonna control the whole, do the whole demo here, apparently, in the right order at least. Because, well, we're just trying. We're gonna do the checkout work when there's some customers coming in here. Okay, hello. I require slime. Oops. Well, we got the green gloops, so there you go. On the card, you need 32. Okay, we can't use num keys, so there you go. We cannot use the num keys apparently. I like to use the num keys. That's so much easier than having to, mumble jumble it out all of it without the num key. So do they eat or do they get eaten? That's the question. I'm not sure. Depending, one may eat another. She just did just take all the boobas. Okay, you need a lot here, so there you go. And you need 25 back, that is sent back, there you go. So, oops. Good enough. What do we have here? Loop. They're kinda looking so similar, you have a hard time seeing one from another here, of the blobs. But yeah, I got these on both shelves here now. Would have had to look more into the eyes of how they look like, because the eyes is kinda telling that the grape goo is on the lower one now, but well. Let's order grape glue. Have to get used to the operation system of the game here, because it's kinda different. Okay, gonna need another shelf, slime shelf. This one. There we go. Restock Bobas, but we already have them, but let's just hop in here and buy one. And restock Daisy. Now we can kinda restock, so we got on 2 on each shelf, because they're rather filling up. Yeah, we cannot use the numpad, so that's the new Daisy. There we go. Set the price here. There we go. That's the grape goo. Can we pick them up again? Good. Okay. Just trying to get used to the way it works as well. The whole mechanics of the game, because it is kind of demanding the way, because it's not like all the other store simulators games, so it's kind of demanding. For you to just get used to. So there you go. 28, 25, there you go. And you just this one, okay, 34, 50, off with you. And well, Bobas is there's down there, okay. Toss this one. Gonna buy a new of this one. There we go. Okay. 1725. There we go. Good. Today's summary. All good. At least we earned some money. So, set to the next day. That's the blue. Good. Now we're almost fully restocked here. That's the grape goo. Good. Let's see, we only missed one daisy up there, so let's head into it. Let's take a look in the computer if that's the 4 slime we got or if we got more products. This is wheeling so slow. Okay, that's the 4 slime we do have. We can get another license in level 3, which we are. So now we're just gonna look into getting more money so we can buy another shelf and get some of the blue slimes going. But kinda wish this one was rolling a little quicker because it's very not rolling. It is cute and it's all, but it's not rolling fast. It's just not rolling fast, that's for sure. It is very cutesy patootsy and everything, but this is demanding on the mouse. And you don't have any control to make it move any faster, so. There is some problematics about it not going faster. You can see I'm rolling as much as I can on the mouse here and it's just not going much anywhere. So let's open up. I would like it to go a slightly bit faster just to, well, be able to scroll a little more throughout the things. So now we're just gonna earn up so we can get the blue slime going. Very specific slime needs. I didn't know you could have slime needs. I've never had a slime need in my life. I don't know about you guys. I've never considered slime need a thing. Sorry. Had a scratchy eye. There we go. A slime circus. Well, why not? Think one of them is too expensive. That's all fine. There you go. Now we can buy the next shelf at least. The cars are very loud. Very loud. There we go. But well, the game is cute, but it is very loud out of the store. There you go. We soon gonna get the first blue blob in here. 2 and change, you're good all the way. And it's very simple looking. I'm here for companion, one that doesn't talk back. Well, welcome in. I require a slime that can survive a hypothermical something, okay? There you go. 475 back. And you're going to pay 34.50. There you go. Good. 250 back. There you go. What do we have here? We can restock. Grave goo. That's this fella. Then we got the blue fella. No. Good. Then we can restock the Jolly Jelly. Doesn't look that jolly to me. And it wants us to restock Sinister Slosh. That's the one down here. Oh my you. Oh, thank you, and thanks for being here. That makes it much easier because the mouse wheel do not work as intended, and I'm happy to have you in here. It's always nice to have the devs looking in. And I do like it. It got a very cute look to it. I would wish I could use the numpad instead of just clicking on the screen. It makes it much easier to use the mouse indeed. So, okay, Sinister Slosh. Let's see. Open up here. Let's throw this on the ground. Set the price. 29. There we go. And the next one's... There we go. Oops. And here, Jolly Jelly. Throw this on the ground for now. Set the price. Let's see, 22.25. There we go. Gonna need to restock some of the other cute cuties. There we go. 18.75 for you. All okay. Yeah, I'm happy to hear. It's always something else watching others play the game compared to just making tests yourself. I could imagine that because when you're developing the game and you're just sitting foot and looking at what you're creating and that, you may not see it in the same light as someone else do. And I'm happy to hear that the numpad is working on as well, because almost all gamers will tell you that they want the numpad. At least all of us annoying people doing a lot of YouTubing and such will tell you that we want the numpad. So it is a good one to have on. This was the, let's see, what did I take first? The grave goo, okay. And I know we're an annoying bunch sometimes. We have our own ideas. Demanding bunches. That's this cute little one with the pinkish. There we go. Now we are all restocked. And as usual, we are going on the edge with money here. I'm not good at earning money in games, so that's just the way it is. I'm more of a spender than an earner. Oh, nice mohawk, so I like your style. Wow. Are you free later? There you go. 22, 25. There you go. Hello, witchy witchy. What's in the cauldron tonight? Yeah, I get it. There's a lot of things to look out for when you're producing a game, and I'm not sure if you produced any other games before this. So the more you make, the more you learn all the time. So I will not hatch you down for any problems, because I know it is a lot to get made, and if you're just you or you're just a couple to make it, it's even harder because you got a lot to look after when it's a small dev team on it. And you of course get used to the clunky or the janky controls if you're just playing there on your own with it, but when others are playing, they will look into the controls of it. So yeah, of course that's a thing that will be worked on. I'm sure you will figure out a way to set it better up, so it will be a little more, not because it's not enjoyable, but more enjoyable than it already is. Ah, it is your first game, and you're making it solo. If it as you say, when it's the first game, I'm not thinking it's that bad, and you're making it solo, so you have a lot to look after when you're making a game solo, because, well, you're alone on it, and you probably do it in your free time, probably got a job beside of it, and when you're sitting there alone making it, you will get used to the small janky quirkiness that other people might find weird. So I like that you're here and, well, taking notes or listening a little and see how we who will play the game thinks of it, because that shows dedication. And I'm all in for dedication, because, well, games should be made with dedication. If you're not making it with dedication, then it's the wrong thing to do. Ooh, mama, she looks kinda like me. I got this the septum as well. She just need a bridge. Then she looks like me with the piercings. I actually like the implementation of a character with piercings. You're not seeing that very often in games. So 1550. There you go. We should soon be able to get the last shelf we need for the blue slimes. Woohoo! Can you pet a slime? Yeah, but it might make your heart slimy. And if it's a bad slime, it will feel a little like oatmeal, I'm sure. So, there we go. 50, 75. But I like the cutesy look, especially of the little daisy slime and the little one with the red cheeks. There we go. Now we got to buy another shelf. Another slime shelf. There we go. Sour blob. Well, we will get to there. We're getting there slowly, one step at a time. I can't. well, we just bought one of them, but we will need another one at some point, so. I do like that you can actually work around the tutorial. You're not getting punished by doing the step ahead, because I'm horrible sometimes at following tutorials. And some games just gets bogged up if you work around the tutorial. 28, 25. Hello, King. A little cutesy blopsy for you. 31, 25. There you go. 47, 75. Yeah, slimes are very real. Don't feed them after midnight. You never know what they will do. Good. We gonna need the last blue slime. The boulder blue. There we go. Check out boulder blue. And put it up. There we go. Set the price. There we go. Good. Throw that in there. Jump in here. There we go. Let's see. 75 cents back. There you go. Ah, okay, cool. That's nice to know. Because, well, if you're kinda used to store simulation games, you will kinda know what to do. But even that, the tutorial thing or the guidelines is good to have, because you may come across some that's not used to it. But in some games, when you work a little around, the guidelines, as I do here, it just janks up and fucks up the game. And I love that it don't do that, because, well, I'm terrible at it, as you can see. That's the jolly blob. That's the jolly one. Oops. I'm so used to hitting escape when going out of the computer that I automatically just do that and get into the menu instead. That's more my mistake than anyone else's. Boba. Are you the boba? You're the boba. There we go. Good. And then we got a few of the gloobs still. There we go. But everything has its time when it comes to making game. Everything has to be made with precision to work, and then, well, it takes time, and you just have to do it in the pace that fits you. I like that some of the customers pays on cash and pays on the right amount. We love those customers. There we go. What about you, miss? A few blue blobs. There you go. All for you. Good. So we're gonna need some boba, some of the other, well, everything else than the first blob, and we're gonna need some Sarah and some of those. Let's see what we can get. Products. We need a sinister. We need a Sarah. We need this and this and this. Let's see, that's up to 520, so let's hope we will get that soon. There we go. 1550. And a boulder, so you need 1750 back. There you go. And you need nothing back. That's nice. Hello, Chixie. 3450. There you go. I like the look of the characters in this game. Very, very cool. There you go. And we was needing 520, so check out. Go out here, press M, boulder blue. We're gonna get that at some point as well. Let's see, that's the boba. Or the booba. Booba dooba doobies. grave goo. That's this one up here. Good call. We just ran out of them. So that's a good call. That's the daisy one. See, now we're getting a little hang of the controls here. It's going faster. This was this one, I think. Yes. Now we get the control. We are getting the hang of this. There we go. Good. 58 for you, sir. Now, the music was on in the beginning, but I always turn the music off. The music was on by default when I opened the game, but I always turn it off when I make videos because I do not want to go. I'm not monetized at the moment because I'm a small channel, but I do not want to at some point getting problems by YouTube and what is it called? Owner rights and such, because YouTube can be a really, really bitchy bitch with that. And I know it might not be the case that I will get it because it's not owned music, but YouTube has in the past, even with music that was free to use, made problems for me. So and said it was having owner rights on it attached to it. So I'm by usual just turns off the music to be sure. So there is music in it, and it did sound good, but to be all sure not to get bitched by YouTube, I turned it on. Oh yeah, turned off it off. I mean. So I did hear there was music. So I don't know if by default it would be turned off for others, because it was not with me. With me it was actually on. But it's nice to know that it by default can for some reason be turned off. For some, so they have to turn it on if they like it. Yeah, exactly. Well, I have some copy-free music I sometimes use when I start a stream. Some of the music from YouTube library, they have that as copy-free, but I'm not gonna stream it, put it on while I stream and such, because I like to hear the sounds of the game, and I like people to be able to hear me as well. So yeah. That's the Sinister. Is that this one? There we go. But YouTube is really, really much a bitch when it comes to music, to be fair. And I do understand that the creators of music wants to get paid and revenue for their creation, but sometimes it's just insane how strict they are with it. Okay, we need more of Sarah and more of the Jolly, and we get over there. Sarah and Jolly. Let's see. That's this and this. Because, well, I do understand people want to be paid for their hard work, of course, but it's still insane. Throw this there. Good. Jump in here. Take care of customer. New plant unlocked. Let's have a look at that in just a moment. We just have to get these through. I could see my kids really enjoy this game, especially the middle one, the youngest girl of mine. She's all in for slime. She's 9, so I could really see her getting to enjoy this game. Let's see, we got do we have new license? Let's see. Yes, we got the red slimes. Before we get into that, let's see. We got expansion as well, and we can hire a cashier. Let's do that. And then let's buy another shelf so we can start up with the red slime soon. There we go. Hey Fragrance, welcome in. Hope everything's good down in India. Our lovely Fragrance is in the house. Throw this one there. Gloop. That's up there. Good. So we need Grave Cube and Daisy. Grave Cube and Daisy. Okay, the music is Kobe free. Good to know. But, well, I don't take any chances, that's why I'm turning it off. Because, well, you know, YouTube is a bitch when it comes to the music. But it was on when I started the game, so... And it did sound lovely. There we go. I think we have a little of everything down here somewhere. Put you up here. I think you're empty now. There we go. There we go. Let's see. Always have to be one step ahead of YouTube. Yeah, I know you were wiping. I've seen your video. Or at least some of it. I can't remember how much I saw because, well, I was kind of sleepy, to be honest. And if I fell asleep, it might be that husband was turning it off, so. No problem, Bubbly Games. Hope you had a good time, and thank you for looking in. I will explore this for a little under half an hour more, so. And, well, we can always get in touch if you want to take me to take another look when you pulled out some of the more things in it. I'm happy to see that you were here for it and wanting to see how other people think. Thank you very much for tuning in. I hope you will have a good time. That's the sinister blob. Let's put that up there. Now we got for the next license, so we can get the red blobs up. But I would like some more money first. There we go. That's the Daisy one right there. Let's see, now we should be able to get the red slime. So license, purchase, products, go down. There we go. The wobble sounds kinda cute. The wobble wobble wobble. Unpack, put up. It also looks like it had a rough time, the wobble, with those eyes. There you go. I did it like I do in the supermarket. Market price and then up to the following 75. I know I could probably go more or something like that, but that's how I used to do when I'm not sure. So I'm sure some might buy it. Slimer Claws. I like the name. So I always do that, like when I play Supermarket Simulator or something else, because then I'm sure that we can get some of them sold at least. So here it's 34, so I'll go to 34, 25. There we go. Oh! That's kind of fun. I have had some that do not buy them and maybe complain a little, but generally people do buy some slimes at least. So, generally people do buy some here. But I generally go after that idea that the market price plus a little. Let's see, we're gonna need some of the bloop and some of the cuties. And we can get this one, ploops. That means one of these and one of these to start. Not to get confused. But, well, I don't know why you had that problem, Fragrance, because I have not... Yeah, I have had a few that was not buying it and went out again without buying anything, but generally people had bought, even I have the setup I have. So, yeah. Good. When we got to 250, we will put up the next slime shelf for red slimies. So... And it was a very good tip that the devs gave us with using the mouse with the left mouse button to scroll in the menu instead of the mouse wheel, because the mouse wheel takes so long time to scroll through. And it just makes it so much easier using the left mouse button. And can get some cutesy plants here. Hi, Breeze Me! And that's, well, YouTube sometimes can be a little janky, but we are live again. My computer is not fucking up, the internet is not fucking up anymore. So we're here again today. Gonna need some of the, yeah, some of the blue slimes. The other three than the boldy one. Let's see, the other three, not the boldy one, but the other three. Do we have enough? Not yet. Good. Ah, you figured out the left mouse button thing. I did, and I was sitting using the wheel and had a very, 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 very hard time getting through the menu. Hope you're all good out there. We've had a rainy day here in Denmark, so me and husband has mostly been cozying up on the couch with the dog. First real rainy day in a long time here in Denmark. I was making some oatmeal crackers earlier. And just snuggling up with husband and dog and drinking hot cocoa. So yeah. Rainy and stormy. I guess it's worldwide. The nature has been fucked up. Yeah, Fragrance is a little ahead of us in time. And I'm a little ahead of you, Breeze Me. There we go. A little maybe understatement, but you know what I mean. Good. We're doing good. We're doing fine. Next red bloop time. Should we go for Lop Lop or Slimmer Claws first? Let's go for Slimmer Claws. Slimmer Claws looks cute. What's for dinner, Fragrance? Slimmer Claws. There we go. Ah, you're up for looking for breakfast soon. Hope you're all getting to have something lovely. Oh, that sounds so lovely. Are you sending some my way, Fragrance? I love Indian food in general. I'm just not the biggest. If it's too spicy, then I'm not. Then I'm kinda not having a go at it because, well, we Danes are not used to spicy food. A picture, yeah, you could send a picture as well, but I was thinking the meal itself. But yeah, picture is the picture will do, I guess. God, good, not too spicy. Then I'm all in for it. Here we are going for fries with this oven fries with sausage and kebab today. Leftovers, leftover meat from yesterday. We were making homemade pizza with the kids. They love my husband's homemade pizza, so they have been asking him to make that. So he was making homemade pizza for them. There we go. Good. We're gonna need a boulder. My husband always, when he's making pizza, making everything from scratch as well. So, and the kids was just like, "Oh, we missed this so much. It's world's best pizza." So everyone's happy. There we go. What are we going to need soon? That's the glue. We're gonna need this one down here. The Tootsie Patootie one. The Cutesy Patootie. The boba. Oops, what did I... Not the grave goo, the boba. Sandwich and chips do also sound like a lovely idea. Who's not able to eat a sandwich with some chips along? I think that's generally a good meal. We're gonna need some daisies and some sans bloops. Daisy and Sansa Slime Claws. There we go. Oh my, you spoiled son! I want bought pizza. Oh my. Here they prefer the homemade compared to the store bought. And they will ask for the homemade, so. But on the other hand, my kids have always been very, very much into homemade stuff. I remember at my oldest's 3 years birthday, I was asking her what she wanted to eat for her birthday as 3 years old, and she was saying she wanted fish meatballs with hollandaise sauce and potatoes, Hasselback potatoes, with fish meatballs, hollandaise, and green beans. And she was 3 years old. Yeah, preteens can be hard. Now, typing with left hand is not easy if you're not lefty. Just like writing with left hand is not easy if you're not lefty. My husband is actually lefty from birth, but he taught himself to use right hand for most because, well, we are the generation where they were trying to force lefties to use the right hand. So, and I'm a right-handed from birth, but I am able to draw and to paint and such with left hand as well, because I was having problems with my right hand due to some conditions with some bone structure. So I have been using left hand a lot to write with when I was in school, because else I would overwork my right one. There we go. I hope they will add some multicolored loops at some point too. That would be cool. Because they are cute. That's grape, that's blue. Do we have more? Boba, blue, blue, blue. No, we do not have more of those. So we're gonna need a grape one and a blue. There we go. My oldest daughter is also preteen. She's going into teen soon. I dread it. But at least my daughter is very cautious about, you know, the lady period and such. She's very, very good to communicate about that, so it's not like she's ashamed about that period of the month, like some girls might be. So yeah. Luckily enough, because it's so much easier when you're able to actually talk with them about stuff instead of them being ashamed. But she is a little naggy when it's that time. The hormones are pressuring. I'm not sure boys are affected in the same way, even in the teen period. I will have to wait to figure it out, since I do have 2 boys and 2 girls, so eventually I will figure out how it goes with the boys. But there is a little time before they go preteen, since my my oldest boy is only, let's see, he's turning 8. He's turning 8 this year. He's 7 now. Oh my god, he's so big. I can't believe it. That's my little baby. He's turning 8 this year. Oh my god. What happened to my babies? I'm not sure what's happening to my babies. Oh my you! So he's just like a hormonal monster. Oh you! I can just, well, guess what it's be like. Yeah, you got something to look, to be happy about when you at some point get kids fragrance. Also the smaller years with the kids, all the funny swings and mood they take and the tantrums they throw. If you are going to have kids, that's it. Yeah, well, dealing with emotions is a good thing to learn, but it's also a hard thing to learn because, well, are we always up to date to dealing with our emotions? Especially, I think men has a tendency to be having a hard time dealing with emotions. Yeah, exactly. Teenagers are not just toddlers all over again. It's like they get to the terrible 3, and then they get to the funny 4, and then you got a period with some kind of silence from their 4 until they turn like 11, and then there's preteen, and that's just as terrible 3 once again. Except they are not throwing tantrums like babies or small children are. At least my kids has grown out of the time where they're like pinning themselves down to the floor in the supermarket and laying there smashing because you're not buying them what they want. I remember that all too well. My oldest kid, I got out of that phase very quickly because she was wanting a new what is it called? You know, pacifier, yeah. And told her no more pacifiers because she had like a ton already, and she was using them as a weapon to throw at us instead of suckle on. And then she got so angry she threw herself to the ground in the supermarket and began crying loudly and slamming arms and legs into the floor. And I laid down right beside of her, did the exact same thing, and she was stood up, looked at me in shock, like, "Mom, what are you doing? You're embarrassing." And she never did it after that. Never again. It was like, "Oh my God, Mom, you're so embarrassing." And never ever after that she did it again. So it worked like a charm. Even there was a lot of people looking at me like, "What the fuck are you doing, lady?" I will admit that. But it did work. That was the wrong one I bought, I think. Did I buy the sour blue or the sour blue cookie? I bought the right one. There we go. We should be good to look at the next license before we end off for this one. So let's head into here, let's take a look. Yellow slimes. Yeah, exactly. Fighting the monster with the monster's method. Isn't that what it's all about? Sunny? There we go, we have a Sunny. Sometimes you will have to fight the monster with the monster's methods. That's just how it is when you got kids. And I always used to say, you're not really a parent unless you have been standing with your back to your kids and thought, "Why did I get that little freak?" But you love them to death anyway. But sometimes, just sometimes, it's okay to curse at them. And sometimes it's okay to curse a lot at them. Because they're just, well, mini versions of ourselves anyway. So when you're cursing at the kids, you're secretly cursing at yourself. By why am I like that, and why are you copying it? I know we're not exploring a lot with the plants and everything else here, but it's the more I like to feature more of the main component. Oh my you! Oh, sorry. Main components of the game. That one did sneak up from behind and wanted to come out of the mouth. It was coming all the way down from the asshole, that one. Woohoo! Oh, sorry, I'm laughing because I can just hear, like, my own son in that. Kicking up a fight and then, "When are you gonna give me that?" I can so much hear my own son in that. At least the oldest of my sons. It's a wonderful world to have kids, but sometimes it's also a wonderful curse. There we go. How old is your boy? It's not summer yet. No, it's not. but in his mind it is. In his mind it's been summer for a long time already, I'm sure of that. So, yeah. I think we will round up this one for now. Might go back, take a look, especially if the developers are going to make some readjustments to the game. We got better mod up for 20 for in an hour. I've talked with my internet operating system and they have fixed out the jank, so we should be up and operate this time with better mod in an hour, not like yesterday where we are not able to go live again because it was all too laggy. So I hope you all enjoyed the video. If you did, please like, subscribe, follow, hit the little bell if you want notifications, and hopefully I'll see you all around because Shield Maiden's out of here. Hey!